Today I'm replacing a battery on STC A9. What I need are a razor blade, a metal prying tool, and some plastic sheets, thin plastic sheets, and a heat source. It might be either heat gun, hair dryer, or in my case I'm using a hot plate. What I do is I insert the blade on one of the sides of the LCD and squeeze in the plastic sheet. Then I drop in a few drops of alcohol. What alcohol does is it makes the plastic sheet non-sticky so that it won't stick to the glue underneath while cutting the glue. Then I just swipe it up and down, being very careful not to go too deep on this because there are flexes which are very fragile and will cut even with a little pressure. Then I go down on the sides. While doing this, we have to apply heat multiple times because what heat does is it loosens the glue, so it's a bit easier to remove the glue or cut the glue. Then what I do is I insert a plastic prying tool from one of the edges to where's the screen. It makes it a lot easier to cut the glue underneath. Be very careful while inserting the prying tool. If it's inserted too deep, it will crack the screen, so got to be very careful. Once the screen is half open, it's a lot easier to cut the glue now. Just pull out the screen on the side and cut the glue underneath. Once we get to the part where home button is, be very careful and vigilant because there is a risk of damaging the home button. The LCD is separated from the housing. Now using a Phillips, I unscrew the plate that's holding the LCD flex to the motherboard and I unclip it from the motherboard using a plastic tool. I have to remove the SIM card and the memory card because I'll have to remove the motherboard from the housing. Using Phillips, I unscrew all the screws and using a prying tool, I pry open the plate from the housing which has both the motherboard and the battery glued to it. Once it's out, I use my prying tool to unclip the battery first, then pry open the battery. I need to apply a bit of pressure to it because it's glued to the plate. Remove the battery and put a new one in it. It's easy to put the new battery. Just clip the battery connector and place it on the battery compartment. Then reconnect the LCD to test if it's working or not. This does not have any charge, so let it be charged for a while and turn it on to test if the LCD touch and the batteries are working or not. LCD is fine and the touch is fine and battery is charging, so we'll turn it off and put it back together. Before putting the LCD back in, I'll have to clean all the glue from the frame because it will not stick very well if not cleaned properly and there will be bumps, so it's best to clean it properly before putting it back again. Then I can place the frame back into the housing. We'll have to apply a bit of pressure on it. Press on the sides so that it sits properly to the housing and screw all the screws back in. Then I can go ahead and clean the LCD, which has quite a bit of glue as well. Be very careful while removing the glue from the LCD because the LCD is so fragile. And never use a metal to clean the LCD because even just a little pressure it will break the screen. And I can finish it off with alcohol. Then I can clip the LCD flex to the motherboard and screw the plate back in. Then I can clip the LCD flex to the motherboard, screw the plate back in. Then to stick it, I use T7000, which is quite good. Once the glue is applied on all the sides, I can put the LCD back into its place. Do not press it too hard as the screen is so fragile. Once it's in position, I use some rubber bands to keep it in place and insert the SIM card and the memory card holder. So this is all done. Thank you very much for your time watching this video. I hope it helps somebody, and don't hesitate to like and subscribe if you already haven't done. You don't want to miss any other videos like these ones, do you? Thank you very much and have a good day.